Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with my co-host Gabriel Moro, and today I have a very special guest, Nicolas Vuillamy, the CTO of the Cloud France that has the famous tools called MegaLinter, one of the most popular code quality automation tools out here. So stick with us to get to know Nicolas and his projects even better. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to leave the like to support our technical community. And to warm up, to warm up about our podcast, introduce yourself for us, Nicolas, please.
Hello, my name is Nicolas, and indeed I am a CTO of CodandoTV France, but MegaLinter is more related to my other life because I have different lives, and this one is about being a Ox security contractor and also open sourcer. But of course I use MegaLinter at CodandoTV, but we do Salesforce integration, so absolutely not the same topic, but MegaLinter is applicable to everything. So that's pretty handy. What else to say about me? I code since I am 10. I started on Commodore 128. I'm not even sure we were born. See, you look a little bit younger than me, but it's really for old stuff. Even when I was 10, it was for old stuff. And I started in QBasic, and then I decided that I will use my programming skills to pay my rent. So I have started as a developer in a company at 17 years old. Then I had a career, and some years ago, I discovered the wonderful world of open source. And that's what is bringing me today, I think, to talk about MegaLinter, which was absolutely not planned to exist. But I may tell you about that later.
Okay. And then, Nicolas, you are from France, is correct? You are so talking from France.
Okay. Is it that obvious with my accent?
Yes. yes. And what do you like to do in your free time? Because you create or you participate in the MegaLinter. MegaLinter is open source, né? And I believe that you work a lot with CTO in Ox security. What do you like to do free time?
Free time. Part of the free time is for open source, of course. I have less and less free time, but also I like to drink IPAs. I play soccer, not as good as Brazilian people.
No, you have Zidane. You have Zidane. Zidane is incredible.
Yeah.
Soccer
I'm with
player.
Mbappé now. And what else? I like to travel, to give conferences. I like to see friends. I have a normal life in addition than open source. I also live with 2 guinea pigs, so I don't have only guinea pigs on my shirts. I have also real ones, but they are kind of shy, so I won't bring them. So and I like to put them in my presentation slides because most of the time I present something technical, and I think you are well aware that when you present technical stuff, it can be boring for a lot of people because it's technical, etc. So I like to add some fun parts. I try to be fun sometimes too. Doesn't always work, and I think it make more presentations and technical stuff more alive and entertaining.
Okay.
Oh, that's
You and the Moro is very close because Moro like a lot this. I forgot his name in English. Moro, this animal. I forgot his name.
Guinea pig.
Yeah, yes. Moro love a lot this
Yeah, I love guinea pigs. I think they understand the world in their own perspective. That is incredible.
Yes, I totally agree with you. They are so underjudged. They are so sweet. How not to love them?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they are also dumb. But like software, when something is, I like simple stuff with easy to understand features. So guinea pigs is just okay. You have they eat, they sleep, and they squeak. They do that very well. It's like MegaLinter. Its goal is to analyze code, and it does it very well. And it's not supposed to do something else.
It's simple and effective.
Yeah.
And cute, because imagine MegaLinter has a llama, a log icon. So this is it's another question about that. Why the llama animal? Do you have something behind?
There is no llama on MegaLinter. There is an alpaca.
Alpaca. Oh, that's
alpaca. Oh,
and it's just
Easter egg.
I am in my guinea pigs years, but a few years ago it was my alpaca years. So when I started, the first logo of MegaLinter was absolutely awful because I made it myself with paint, and there was an alpaca in it. And when I started to work with Ox Security, they were okay to keep an alpaca in the picture with the ox, so I was happy. They kept the ID and made it more nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I because it's very similar to llama. Here, for example, for Brazilian people, we live near Chile. We have a lot of llama in our minds, llama animals, but I didn't know that alpaca. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, but they are cousins.
Yeah, well, they are cousins, so it's not a very mistaken. So
for you understand better that you see this video, I will share my screen, and the alpaca, this animal, this icon of the MegaLinter. This animal that's we talk about the shit. So Nicolas, we started the talk about MegaLinter. How did you start the technology the world and you think, okay, I work with Ox Security, and now I need to create the MegaLinter. Probably you create, or your team created MegaLinter because you needed to solve some problem. Explain for us this.
I think it's just chance or circumstances. I think you all remember the COVID lockdowns. So we spent a lot of time locked down inside. And as computer scientists, what do we do when we are locked down for months? We code. And so at that time, I was contributing to a repository named SuperLinter, which was created by GitHub DevOps team. And I added many features, but then I started to wonder if using Bash, because it was fully in a Bash script, was the good language for all the ideas I wanted to implement. So I made a big pull request to recode every Bash into Python. Fun fact, I didn't know Python at that time, but I wanted. I heard about it for a while, and I say, okay, it's a good opportunity. I wanted to use commonly used language, and I was already fluent in Node.js, and so I decided, why not start in Python? And it's a really simple and elegant language to learn. And then the guys from GitHub, they said, you made a wonderful job, but we want to remain in Bash. But we encourage you to fork if you want to continue what you did. And that's what I did. And so as it was a fork of SuperLinter, I named it MegaLinter after thinking a very long time of 12 seconds. And Ox Security happened only a year after.
After?
Ox Security did not create MegaLinter, but they were currently creating their company. They were still in stealth mode, and they were interested by the content of MegaLinter to use it in the product they were building, but also to have a presence in the open source ecosystem, because for a company it's always nice to be able to say, I do open source. I support open source, and at that time, maybe 1 year after its creation, MegaLinter became MegaLinter by Ox Security.
So MegaLinter is born before Ox Security. So this is very important fact, because I think that most people, as me and Rodrigo as well, we thought in the contrary, that MegaLinter was created after Ox Security. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. Nowadays, Ox Security create new features, or just Ox Security use MegaLinter?
Alors, they asked me to add new features, like adding more security linters, for example. There was some, but they wanted more. But I am quite independent about what I do with MegaLinter, the roadmap. We have a very good relationship between Ox people and me. And when they asked me to make MegaLinter become MegaLinter by Ox Security, we had an agreement that the maintenance team will remain the same. That I still manage everything. If they want something, they call me and I can add it. But it's I'm really independent because they just trust me with what I do, and I trust my co-maintainers, which are Edouard, Borja, and formerly Kurt, to do what needs to be done correctly. I have the chance to work with people I have never met. We have Edouard, who is in Quebec, in Canada. We have Borja, who is in Spain. We used to have Kurt, who is in the US, and just passionate people like me who wanted to, okay, let's build something, let's make something grow together with the help of Ox for marketing, for design, and stuff like that. So, but it was really, as I told you earlier, it was really not planned at all. It was just because I was bored during COVID, and Github people rejected my pull request. But I never planned to create something which is used all around the world today, even in Brazil. I was so happy when I saw your video, because I have Google Alerts. So when there is something new about MegaLinter, I receive and say, "Wow, they made a full episode on MegaLinter. Oh, I have to thank these people." And that's how I am lucky to be here with you today.
Hey, by the way, in CodandoTV we have many open source libraries, and currently I think Popcorn Guinea Pig, that is one library that I was able to help and create it. MegaLinter is there in our repository, and in Jujuba SVG as well. We intend to spread MegaLinter for all our projects. So
yes,
you probably need.
Yeah, in CodandoTV you have a intention to use it in all the projects, MegaLinter.
Yeah.
I can confirm you it works. I use it on absolutely all my repositories because I want them to be secured. I want them to be clean.
That's awesome.
And I don't want to pay for that, because that's also open source. Because you have a lot of competitors. I'm not trying to compete with SonarCube or whatever, because they have a full research and development team, etc. But us people doing free stuff, we don't have budget. And you have free tiers with the competitors, but if you want something more advanced, you have to pay anyway, and it's more fun to be open source.
Yeah, for sure. And it's great to see. I don't know if you design in this purpose, because MegaLinter is flexible according to what the linters provide, right? For example,
it's a good point.
For example, PyLint has a lot of things we can set, and MegaLinter allow us to use the command line specifying parameters. So it's amazing. it's very flexible. If we can see other linters as well, we can specify directly the arguments. For example, the tag as well. We have used a lot the arguments, and it's great to see how everything you put MegaLinter in the repository, and you can do a lot of stuff specifically using the linter. That
yes, you are using it well, because some people who install MegaLinter for the first time, they say, oh, there is too many checks, this ones I don't want, or I don't want to, I don't know, raise medium severity alerts, etc. And what we reply to them is, MegaLinter, it's a tool, but you own the strategy. It's not because it has 100 linters and maybe 40 activated on your project that you have to use the 40, because you are a developer and you know what you want to do with your repository. For example, if you don't care about, I don't advise that, but if you don't care about typos, mischeck or whatever, you can disable cspell. If you don't care about formatting and you prefer your local ID to do that, you can disable what you want. Or you can also make some linters not blocking. For example, if you look, we have linters who check that the URLs are still valid. So it can be very good in the documentation to not have dead links. But you might want to be aware that a link is broken, but not it blocks your development pipeline, so you can make it not blocking. Basically, you can tailor the use however you need it. And anyway, if there is something you are trying to do which is not possible, you can do like everyone, complain in the issues. We have a lot of issues in MegaLinter, and it's the feedback of the community that tells us what new features, what enhancements we have to implement. So the community remains happy. And if we don't have the time, we also say to people, oh, do you code in Python? Maybe you can do the pull request yourself, and we will be very glad to validate it. And you will be part of the 100 contributors of MegaLinter.
Oh, that's awesome. Another thing that I'd like to share out to you guys as well is the assistant that you created. For example, if people wants to put MegaLinter in a repository, you don't need to go to the documentation and in searching for. You can just using the assistant that will generate the pipelines. This is very awesome and handful as well.
That's the guinea pig way. You just something to activate work, and you don't want to ask people to do copy paste, to update files manually, etc. They will have to do it a little bit later for finding configuration. But the starting files for installation, basically, MegaLinter is the philosophy is to automate the more possible everything that we can do. And if we don't start that since the setup, why are we here for? And that's also why people are sometimes surprised, because MegaLinter is in Python and the installer is in Node.js. It's just because.
Oh yeah, for sure. You said that. I remember. Oh.
At that time, I knew already how to use, I think, I don't remember the library, but I knew templating library in Node.js, and it was just easier for me to use it. So there is no real other reason than that, maybe just laziness from me, but it's not something that we update often, so that's okay to maintain.
That's awesome. It's great to see how we can use the language that we, for example, for the purpose of making things simpler. No matter if it's, I want to write everything in Python, but sometimes it's hard. You can choose. We have a lot of programming languages. That's awesome.
I discovered many programming language while maintaining MegaLinter.
I can imagine.
So sometimes people say, how do you handle Lua, for example? I think it's a Brazilian language.
Yes, it's Brazilian.
Yes.
But before someone asked for that, I had no idea what it was. And you see languages or new frameworks. So maintaining MegaLinter is also a good way to stay up to date with what's happening in the programming ecosystem.
That's awesome.
But in MegaLinter, which language do you think that you can improve in future? Do you explain the language that MegaLinter has, but in the future, what do you think?
Alors, again, it depends of the community, what the community requests, but we can also improve the coverage of existing languages. For example, in the latest version of MegaLinter, my co-maintainer Borja from Spain, I did CPP check. So so it is a C++ linter. So we can also improve the coverage of existing languages. And if someone asks for a new language, why not? If it is not a niche language, not used everywhere, because the MegaLinter main image size is starting to be heavy. So we are more and more trying to control what we accept in it or not, for the size reason, but also for security reasons, because the more you embed external tools, the more you can put security risk in MegaLinter. It happens that sometimes people ask for a new linter, which has been created 6 months ago and have 50 stars on GitHub. And we say, sorry, but it's too new. The adoption of the community is not here yet, but you can build a MegaLinter plugin. But MegaLinter core team is not responsible of the content of the plugin. We provide the architecture, so anyone can create, can add plugins to handle new languages, new formats, etc. But they are described outside of MegaLinter. So this is basically, if you use one of them, you have to trust the author of the plugin and not directly MegaLinter.
Oh, that's awesome.
If the plugin works well and the tool becomes adopted, then at some point we will put it inside MegaLinter.
Oh, I didn't know about this cycle that to make it to put it inside of MegaLinter. So first is a kind of plugin, and after that, if it is very well adopted, it makes part of MegaLinter. That's awesome.
So, Nicolas, about Ox Security. Ox Security have another projects, or MegaLinter is open source, is the principal project open source?
Oh, so MegaLinter is maybe 1% of Ox Security.
1%. Okay.
It's basically Ox Security sponsors MegaLinter and sponsors it well enough, so it is labeled as an Ox product. But the main Ox Security product is Ox Security itself, which is a platform that will basically allow you to secure everything, but to have all the information on a single dashboard. So, for example, we have a lot of security linters that we can see, like Trivi, like Chekhov, like Kix, etc. But the problem with using directly raw linters is that you will have hundreds of alerts every time, CVEs, etc. And when you have too many alerts and notifications, especially for developers, you start to not looking at them. Oh, it's so sweet.
This is Pandinha. He wants to say hi to Nicolas.
Oh, sorry, I have to be back.
Okay. This challenge is now.
They have to say hello.
Oh,
Hi, Moro. I probably I will buy the shirt like that. It's that
Yeah.
Nicolas heard.
I have two, but I caught the easiest to catch. So this is Baptiste, which is
my
named
God.
like one of my best friends, and he's shy, more shy than yours. But say hello, Baptiste, to the world. Oh. Oh.
that's awesome. Oh, they are friends now.
It is the first time I make guinea pigs meat during a webinar. Thank you for that.
Oh, that's awesome. It's the very, how can I say, it's history now.
Yeah,
a
it's history.
Oh, that's awesome.
maybe we should let the guinea pigs finish the webinar together and go in our cage.
Yeah, for sure. Put a lot of array for them to share some food. That's awesome.
Okay. But okay, so I was talking about Ox security.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Which,
It's crazy because
which is a really good product, really. And
it's
I
crazy,
use
Nicolas. It's crazy because it's very difficult, in my opinion, to meet someone that have the, I forgot his name in English again.
guinea pig.
The guinea pig. Yes, it's very difficult because I know the Moro, but I don't know. Oh, I have the cat, but cat not count this because
Now we know
everyone.
Nicolas. Nicolas has.
Yes, two guys. Oh my God! Sorry. Go on. Go ahead.
No problem. And like guinea pigs, Ox security will simplify all the. but basically, it will eliminate all the noise, all the alerts, etc., and you will have only the relevant ones for your context. I can give you a simple example. If you have vulnerability about libraries that can be used at the server, and if you send some regular expression in it, it can create regular expression denial of service. So it will basically, if it's a DDoS, it will break your server. But if you don't use the library as a server, you don't care. It's not risky. So there is a post-processing of all the alerts done by the Ox security core team that allows to eliminate the noise and focus on the real threats that can be found at every level of the development lifecycle. So I think you all know about the shift left stuff. Basically, not waiting the day before going to production to check for security, but really check everything from the beginning. Check your supply chain security, for your pipeline security. Ox can also generate pipeline bill of materials, because we know software bill of materials. It's basically all the list of dependencies that are in the software. But what about your supply chain? What libraries are you using in your Jenkins file or whatever? And this has to be checked too, because the attack can happen not only in the final artifact, but all along. And Ox can also, I could talk about Ox for years, but I will just give maybe a last example. If you, let's say, for example, MegaLinter Docker image, it is generated by CI/CD workflow and published on Docker Hub and the Github Docker repository. And if someone steals the token to connect to the Docker Hub, they could overwrite the MegaLinter image and add as a first line something that sends all environment variables to a server in Russia or whatever. And I cannot see that if I don't have Ox, I might not see that. But if I have Ox can compare. It will connect to the GitHub to the GitHub repository and to the Docker Hub and check that the hash of the Docker image are the same. So basically, a lot of really useful stuff like that, and it can also it address to developers, to security people, CISOs, also for business people, because more companies have more and more requirements about certifications. So ISO 27, etc., SOC 2. So using Ox can also help you to certify that your security is correct. Because when you are a software editor, if you don't have some certifications, I don't know, banks or big entities or governments, they will say your software don't have the certification, I don't want to install it. So lot of useful things, and when they started, they were, I think, 15. When I started to work with them, they were 15. Now they are 100 in all the continents. They have made, they had made money funding or whatever. So now they have Microsoft in their capital. So it's really nice to have started to work with these guys. They were like 15 in the startup incubator, and now they are everywhere. They are even, I think they will start to hire people in France. So MegaLinter Adventure is also linked to Ox Security Adventure. And even if I don't work directly in Ox, I am just a contractor. I have access to all the people. I have an Ox security mail. I have access to Slack. So if I have questions about security or whatever, I have access to great people. I might not have access if I wasn't sponsored by Ox. So it's.
This is a great, because MegaLinter is under the umbrella of Ox Security, so it's secure. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's the open source. Imagine, two great things.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a question about your when you talk about certificate. You feel MegaLinter or the future or the price, I don't know. I didn't get 1%, 100%, but this certificate I can use in my project with using, for example, I work with the company bank. I can use this certificate, this case.
If you use Ox Security product, yes. If you use MegaLinter, no.
Okay.
MegaLinter, it's there is not even a server. It's a Docker image that you run on your own CI/CD pipelines, and some people also run it locally. I don't understand them, but as they like it, we also support that. But MegaLinter, it's just, it's already a lot, but it's a linters aggregator that will give you raw results, but the results are not post-processed. Just a little bit for display or formatting, but there is no additional layer of filtering, categorization, etc. That does Ox, but MegaLinter don't do it. And Ox only handles security stuff. MegaLinter, it's more, it's code quality also.
Yes, but sometimes have you a problem? For example, I forgot his name, but sometimes when you build your projects, the security analyze that you have categories with high, medium, and low in your project. My ask is about MegaLinter. One day you in future you think about together with this or another project to use this certificate in application.
I think Ox wouldn't like if I started to compete with what they do. Okay. So it is not on the roadmap. There are other things in the roadmap, but all things about compliance, etc. We rely on existing linters, so like Trivy, Checkov, etc. that will give you the alerts, the severity, etc. But this is your responsibility to read those alerts and do whatever you want to do with them. But there will never be, you can put a badge secured with MegaLinter, but there will never be an official stamp, compliance, MegaLinter, etc. Because you can use MegaLinter, but you can deactivate all the security linters and just lint for JSON format. So it would not be fair to say, oh, certified by MegaLinter if you just lint JSON in your project.
And a question that I have a friend, Robson, and he uses a lot MegaLinter, and he likes a lot the idea of you have flavors. For example, you have a flavor specific for Java, another one more for the mobile side with Kotlin and that stuff. But as soon as we have many programming languages using at the same repo, and we have more hybrid projects, is that in the roadmap of MegaLinter, is there a plan to create a kind of custom image when the developer can put, oh, I want this and this and this.
I love that you ask this question, Moro, because this feature is requested by the whole community from kind of the beginning, because they want to use MegaLinter, but they also want performance. So they say, okay, in your flavor, you have 95% of what I want, but not the 5%. So I am forced to use the cupcake or the main image. So it's but we couldn't create a flavor for each use. We would have hundreds of flavors. But this summer, so we release a major version of MegaLinter every year. Usually it fits, it's corresponding to my Cloudity CTO vacations because it requires a lot of time. I also enjoy my vacations, but I spend big time coding too. And the next big thing with MegaLinter will be a feature named Bring Your Own MegaLinter. Basically, we won't create hundreds of flavors because we don't have the capacity for that, but we will allow any one of you to create a repository that will, basically you will have just, I don't know, it's still in discussion, but you will have a MegaLinter flavor.yaml file. You will put the list of the linters that you want in it. We will tell you how to configure your GitHub actions on your repository, and how also to stay up to date with the main MegaLinter, because for security reasons, you want to always be as close as possible as official MegaLinter, and you will be able to build your own MegaLinter image with exactly the list of linters you want. If you are really in a hurry, there is someone in the community that created a script to kind of do that, but it works. I tested it and really it's amazing, but it has too many manual operation. And I think what I want to do, I think it will probably be a new use of MegaLinter runner. So you will say, I want to create my own flavor. It will ask a question, you will answer, and it will work like that. So this is the next big thing. We will finally do it after so many years it is requested.
Oh, that's awesome. Now you see, Robson, you see, we will have this. Thank you so much, Nicolas.
No, I see nothing. It's just people asking for it. I see what people tell me.
People help you now with some questions. Do I have a question, Moro? In my mind, I forgot my points about MegaLinter.
I have a question. For example, is we have a lot of documentations.
Yes.
I think many repositories nowadays, we have the directory called docs, and we have a lot of markdown there. And the first time that I see a formatter called Markdown lint that MegaLinter provides this to us, and I added this to my repository to check the documentation. And but my question is, if is there any plan in the roadmap to improve this? Talking about the documentation, to improve this, to use more resources, not just the linters, because this is keeping it's a quality, right? Focus as well.
So, but there is a documentation flavor which is used by some Microsoft open source repositories. Imagine how I was glad when I saw that Microsoft was using MegaLinter, but also AWS, but also the English Ministry of Justice, and also, I am really proud of this one, the NSA is using MegaLinter on one repository.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah. And so, but for about documentation, we have spell typo checkers, we have formatting, we have dead link stuff. What more tools would you like to have?
Just for example, we have today many frameworks. For example, MKDocs to build documentations, and I don't know if MegaLinter wants is in the roadmap something to do something like that. For example, infrastructure for documentations and stuff.
You want, for example, to be able to lint a MKDocs configuration file?
Yes, for sure. Yes, yeah.
So I have a bad news and a good news.
That's awesome. We have good news. This is what matters.
The bad news is MegaLinter team. We have so many work on the maintenance, keeping dependencies up to date, etc. That we do not create our own linters. We embed those who exist. So the bad news is that MegaLinter team won't do it. The good news is that you can build a linter for MKDocs, or maybe find one which is existing. Maybe it is existing. You have package.json linters. There are a lot of things. And you can then make a pull request to MegaLinter, and we will say, sorry, Moro, it's too brand new, so you can start by a plugin. We will put a link to your plugin in our documentation, of course. And so I think this is open source. You have an ID. Try to find if it already exists. If it exists, try to see if it's still maintained, etc. And we can discuss about how we can add it. And if it doesn't exist, maybe there is a place, is a market for that, and you could start it.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, imagine you are watching this video. If you want to start with this idea, Nicolas said to us, give the advice for that. So, and another thing that I'd like to check with you, Nicolas, is more a question. For example, considering, as you said, we have many linters, external dependencies of MegaLinter, and when you update the MegaLinter version and you bump these linter versions to, what are the challenges that you and your team are facing? Because it looks like very complex, right? Sometimes you update a linter version and break something. You guys have contact to these linters teams, or how that works?
Yes, sure. So we are basically we are heavily relying on Renovate to handle grades.
Renovate, yes.
And to make sure the upgrade works, every linter is tested internally with its own CI/CD pipeline. So we will test when the linter is in success, when it is in failure. We will try to get the version, try to get the help. And if it can output Sarif, we will check the Sarif and also check the Sarif is valid. So because we won't manually test every upgrade, we cannot, we don't have the time to do that, and we can automate it. And sometimes when there is a new version of a linter, these tests break. So when they break, it can be that there is a new vulnerability or a new issue. So we have to update our test cases files. So these ones are quite simple. Also, sometimes when they release a major version, so the command line to call the linter is not the same. So we have to change the way that we call the linter. And sometimes it's kind of just a bug. So when there is a bug in one of the hundreds of linters that we handle, usually we are the first to know because it breaks our pipeline. And in that case, we go post an issue to contact the linter authors and saying, maybe you have an issue there, please can you help? And usually between maintainers, it really goes very well because people are happy if we describe a bug before all their community has upgraded. And usually it is quite fast to have corrections. So we have not so many relationships with linter authors, but we have one, and we are always glad to discuss with them. Sometimes they are also okay to add in their documentation a link to MegaLinter saying you can use my linter in MegaLinter. So it's kind of we can make mutual advertisements. It can be a win-win situation. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it is great that you have you are using Renovate. It's very good if you. I think it's free for open source projects.
Yes,
as far as
it is.
This is awesome. If you are watching the video, Renovate is a great tool for you if you want to test.
We used to have Dependabot. We also have it, but with Renovate and my commenters, especially Edouard, made great work to configure it so it doesn't make too much noise. Or for example, we have Chekhov linter who can release new versions 3 times a day. So to avoid patch versions, but so to avoid to generate 3 beta versions of MegaLinter a day. We have a very fine configuration of Renovate, and to be honest, I don't understand everything in it, but that's okay because Edouard does, Borja does. There are a lot of languages in MegaLinter. I have never coded a single line. So for we have kind of have our own responsibilities when it is something about I don't know, C#, .NET. Edouard and Borja are good on it. I never wrote a single line, so they will handle it. If it is Node.js, it will be more me. If it is PHP, none of us know PHP, but we are lucky to have Laurent Laville, who is a French guy. So he appears and disappears. We offered him to be maintainer. He said, I don't have the time, but every time there is a new thing to do about PHP, he reappears and handles it with a nice pull request.
Oh, so that's awesome.
We have an extended team that can handle some topics when necessary.
We have any questions, or Moro?
You are in mute.
You are the mute. You are mute.
Sorry. I sometimes I forgot. Yeah, just to want to thank you, and it's an honor for us to receive Nicolas as our guest today, talking about MegaLinter. Thank you so much.
The honor is mine, really. I think it is the first time I am invited to talk about MegaLinter in a podcast. I am very present in the Salesforce ecosystem, but it is a smaller world. So I often do podcasts, conferences, etc. Mostly about SFDXRDs, another open source project I do, but for the Salesforce ecosystem. And when I tried to answer to the call for speakers for more general conferences, like with real nerds like us, they say, sorry, we are not interested. So nobody ever accepted me to make a speech about MegaLinter in a physical conference, but I hope someday, maybe.
If you had a physical conference, you'd probably be the first one invited to talk about MegaLinter, right, Rods?
Yes. I remember that Moro recorded the video MegaLinter in CodandoTV. You can see that.
Yes, probably we will add to the descriptions this video.
Yes, probably I will forget, but one day I will remember this. But help me about this, Moro remember. And the Moro recorded the video, explain MegaLinter with details, and you can use it. The MegaLinter is very useful, the powerful tools you can use in your project. So, Nicolas, it's a pleasure to do the podcast with you. You want to do something more or some message for us?
Some messages, no. But again, if I have a message. When you were sharing your screen, I see that you didn't star MegaLinter. And I know that as podcasters, you know that you want likes, stars. You know how it is. It is great.
Sorry.
So people who have open source projects, they love when you start.
I fix it. Sorry, I fix it. Yes.
Perfect.
I fix it. Moro knows sometimes I forgot this something.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Rodrigo sometimes forgot to give stars to our repos in CodandoTV. So
Yes, sometimes. Yes, but
So
I
it's
fixed
great.
it.
So yes,
Yeah,
so
and
the message when you are using any open source tool, just start the repo and the maintainer will be happy. And also, it tells the rest of the community that the repo is used. It is always more reassuring to see a repo with a lot of stars than a repo with 10 stars. If you want to use a library or something for critical usage, it can be more reassuring. And if you want to do more than just start the repo, you can also become a contributor of MegaLinter. You don't need to have 5, 10, or 20 years of experience to submit a pull request. You can even submit pull requests with errors. We will help you to fix them because anyway, when you handle open source repositories, all the help you can get, you accept it. So if any of the watchers want to contribute to MegaLinter, really don't be shy. 100 people already done it. So if you know how to code and not just how to vibe code, please. I can play with vibe coding, but please, if I see pull request with hundreds of updates, so I'm a fan of AI. I use AI every day I use GitHub Copilot to develop, but I like to understand. So I think I am one of these old people saying that all AI generated code should be manually checked after.
for sure.
But there are couples. Some people think differently. Some people think that developers, the job will not exist in 2 years. We will see. But I am quite confident there is 20 years. People tell that there will not be developers anymore, and I think we are still here.
Yeah, for sure. Imagine ChatGPT do the maintenance in MegaLinter. It's impossible.
Probably, or maybe Claude Sonnet. AI is really able to do amazing things. And this afternoon, I use GitHub Copilot to replace the use of a node library, because when it is for dumb stuff like just changing a way something is called, can be done. And I checked after, so it can really enhance our way to work. We work faster with AI, but let's not blindly trust everything that is generated, because when I used it this afternoon, it also created the same methods in 4 different files, so it didn't think about factorization. So human look can be always good.
Always double check. Always understand
Yeah.
what you did, because imagine
So, Nicolas,
Go ahead.
So, Nicolas, I probably are you finished? You want to talk some one point?
No, maybe a last one. I am, as a Ox security, as MegaLinter is an Ox product, I have a small retribution from Ox security for the maintenance. But my co-maintainers, Edouard and Borja, they are not. So if people want to show some support, you have their GitHub sponsors link on the MegaLinter repository. Even if it's €1 a month or whatever, it's lack of a big GitHub star, but it can also show gratitude for all the hours this great guy spent maintaining MegaLinter and making evolution in it, mostly because they are passionate people, and so So yes, voilà. I think my final word will be, okay, I created MegaLinter, okay, there is Ox security, but really my co-maintainers and the whole team of contributors, of people who test, who report issues, etc. This is really, this is what open source is meant to be. It is really a teamwork with kind of no, there is no, I'm kind of the boss, but I never say we do that because I created the repository. It's really a collaborative work, and with open source and MegaLinter, I learned many things that I wouldn't have learned at my job, because when you exchange with the whole world without hierarchy or etc., this is not the same that when you exchange of your work topic with your direct colleagues, which is nice too, but so okay. The message is, kids, do open source. It will make you a better developer.
That's
Yes,
also, we will add to the description of this video the sponsor, how to sponsor, and I will try to put everything in the description of this video.
That's nice.
Yes. Send you after other day. You want to do, you know, all the links that you want, that I can share for the description,
Okay.
or I can share the post of the CodandoTV in the LinkedIn in the another ways. Okay.
Okay.
So, Nicolas, thank you a lot to talk with us about MegaLinter. You finish now. Thank you, Nicolas. Thank you, Moro. E bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks a lot, and have a great day, guys.